Delphine, and today I would like to interview you about your experience as an expat in the USA. We're going to talk briefly about a few topics: living abroad, adapting abroad, and working abroad.
Yeah.
But first, a little introduction. Could you please state your name, the company that you worked for, your nationality, and the country that you went to?
Okay. My name is Patrice. Okay, what the Americans say Patrice. The company I worked for was the company PMI. PMI is Porous Material Incorporated. My job there was a little bit of everything. I traveled a lot for doing demonstrations, service, and application trainings. Why I had to be there in America so many times because the company is located there. But I come from Belgium, so yeah, that's what I normally start from.
Okay, and the first topic, living abroad. Can you tell me something about the role of alcohol in the society?
Yeah, the way they drink alcohol is that's something that you want to hide. When I was in Boston, for example, there was a big fair, and I was waiting for the parade that was coming, and I was sitting outside on a terrace, and I asked me for a beer, and they said, "No, sir, it's impossible. You cannot drink alcohol on the street." So I said, "Why can I drink alcohol then?" And then over a beer. Simply beer is not that amount of alcohol. So he said, "No, you have to drink it inside." So I say, "Okay, you go inside, sitting for the window." But they couldn't drink alcohol there because people could see me from the street. So then I had to drink in the other corner of the pub. I had to drink a beer, but there I couldn't see anything.
Do you have any hobbies abroad?
Yeah, my hobby here in Belgium is cycling. Why cycling? Because you can do it when you want it. So it's a very flexible sport. You can do it alone. So when the company asked me to come to America, I said, "Okay, buy me a bicycle," and I come. So in the evening, or even sometimes during the day, when I could cycle a lot in environment. Okay, I could not see a lot. There was always straight roads and a lot of trees. So I had a trip I always did. It's about 40 kilometers. It was 4 times turn to the right 4 times, and I arrived back in my company.
Wow. Then working abroad, did meetings or presentations go back differently or not?
Oh, in that company there was a lot of people coming to have their presentation, but it's really, they have slides with them, with the beamer, with the computer, and they just talk about the slides, not even give them a lot of explanation of the slide, just a little lesson they learn, and they have the slide and the next slide, and there was some text on it, and I read the text on the slide, and so it's really, there's no interaction between the people. Just give their presentation, thank you. Afterwards, maybe maximum you have a question, and most people were so bored that they never have any questions. So there was thank you for the presentation and bye. The next one. That's a little. So for me, I don't like this. That's not the way I work, because I want to talk with people where they're coming for. If you make car filters or you make diapers, it's different. You cannot talk about for both. You can not talk about the same things. So when they had people with non-wovens, that's people that make the diapers, I changed my presentation more for them and give them more explanation. But most Americans, they just had their presentation for everybody, and that's what I did, and nothing more.
And what did the Americans think of your presentation then? Because
of course, the Americans, when I gave presentation, there were always customers from all over the world that came to the company for a meeting. So then they were I had a lot of questions afterwards.
Yeah.
That was the big difference I saw. That for the Americans, when they gave their presentation, do you have any questions? No questions. When I gave the presentation, a lot of people asked me questions, sometimes longer than my presentation itself.
Yeah.
That's the big difference. Yeah.
And then finally, adapting abroad. Could you tell me something about the local etiquette?
Yeah. Wow, it's not the etiquette we are used to have in Belgium. I can say most people here, even when the child, everybody can eat with a fork and knife.
Yeah.
In America, they don't learn this.
Really?
Yeah, they really, when I went to a restaurant with Americans, they were so surprised to see me eating with knife and fork.
Oh, yeah.
They only eat with fork, they cut the meat, but then they eat it with their right hand. They're right-handed, they only eat with a fork with the right hand.
Yeah.
And we use the fork in the left hand and then cut with the right.
Yeah.
No, they don't never do. They cut it first and then eat it with the fork with the same, with their right hand.
Yeah.
So it's strange to see this. For me it was strange. Okay, for them it was also strange that I eat this way. And certainly, yeah, if you go to McDonald's, what you see is, yeah, they really put everything in their mouth big. You can have a Big Mac with a half a kilo of meat between it.
Yeah,
so they eat, everything is big in America. Yeah. So the Coca-Colas are big. There's really liters of Coca-Cola. But instead of quarters of a liter, there is a liter Coca-Cola, it's normal. So it's a totally different way of eating than we are used to do.
And what about strange habits?
What do you mean? There's
like when people are traveling, do they go by the bus, by car, or?
In America, everything is made for cars.
Yeah.
Okay, they have the trains, train stations, but more like airports, and then flying. But walking, cycling, just for transportation, they don't never do. It's if you go to a mall, supermarket, or to a shopping center, it's always by car. I was once in a hotel and really had to walk. I wanted to walk to the nearest shopping center I could see. There was no access by doing it by foot.
Yeah, you couldn't walk.
Yeah, it was only a road.
And to conclude, what was the most positive thing about being expat in the U.S.A?
Yeah, for me the most positive thing is the nature, space. If you see here in Belgium, Belgium is not really a country anymore. It's a big city.
Yeah.
And there you have space. You can drive a long time without seeing a house or something. And it's very beautiful. The nature is very beautiful in America. The temperature not always, it's only in the south, where I was when I arrived was minus 22 degrees. So it was not a good weather in the winter then, not a good weather to cycle. But especially the space and the nature. The lakes, it was at the lakeside. Very, very beautiful.
Okay, very well. Thank you very much for having this interview with me.
My pleasure.